Our world consists of a multitude of individuals, each with their own personalities, abilities, wants, needs and problems. Each day they rise to face another day and form part of this bustling planet's cohesive ebb and flow. Some of these jobs, tasks, careers and duties can include anything from computer programmers, fitters and turners, receptionists and teachers. As a part of society, these individuals face various obstacles, challenges and triumphs. But although people are challenged quite differently, these three individuals have one thing in common. They are blind. For more than 25 years, David Gey has been a top-class fitter and turner. He is completely blind. David is also deaf. So how on earth then is it possible for one with such severe challenges to learn the intricacies of this craft? What element in David's life enabled him to communicate, understand and learn? Why would anyone ever dare take on such a formidable task? And where would one ever find a haven of care and expertise in which to develop and nurture these advanced professional skills? Fortunately for hundreds like David, there is such a place. It is called the Institute for the Blind in Worcester, and since 1881, its teachers and staff have been making a profound difference in the lives of those challenged with blindness and other related handicaps. Although visually impaired people have a disability, this does not make them any less competent, less productive, or less beneficial to society as a whole. They are people like us. The real difference being they have an added challenge to deal with, a very tough challenge. And in facing these challenges, the Institute for the Blind has grown from humble beginnings into a most well-equipped sphere of support, helping these people develop their utmost potential. The Institute recognizes the fact that those inflicted with blindness deserve the same opportunities, dignity, comforts and rewards that any other functional member of society enjoys, proving themselves in the workplace and being self-reliant, contributing members of South Africa, helping it grow. But whereas people tend to discriminate, blindness does not. So why then would people discriminate against someone who needs to exert that extra bit, be that much more determined and strong to overcome an unfortunate disadvantage? Fear of the unknown? Embarrassment? Uncomfortable ignorance? For more than a century, the Institute for the Blind's mission has been to demystify and confront those fears. It has grown into a most important link in the chain between the challenging realm of visual disability and the rest of the sighted world. Here an environment is created where visually disabled persons can develop into adaptable, well-adjusted, independent and productive citizens. The Institute is a non-profit organization with all the experience and expertise to educate, train, support, help, care for and integrate blind, partially sighted, deaf-blind and multi-handicapped individuals into all spheres of society. From the very outset, the Institute provides its learners with the support structures and skills to not only prove themselves to be self-reliant, but also compete and excel in the private sector, restoring the dignity and the pride that should be their right, and not just a privilege. Blind, partially sighted, deaf-blind and multi-handicapped persons ask no special privileges, just equal opportunities. At the Institute, highly competent educational, training, employment and support programs have been developed during the course of many decades. Its comprehensive scope includes intervention support structures from infancy all the way through to old age. Teaching young children the basics paves the way to a bigger and brighter future. Nurturing them to become useful, contributing members of society is the main aim. Education via pre-primary, primary, secondary and tertiary levels and the training of a diversity of skills prepare them for the employment in the Institute's industries or in the private sector. The success rate is phenomenal. Over 80% of learners from the Institute find employment in the private sector. They face their futures well-equipped and enjoy full citizenship thanks to the specialized career skills training and adaptability taught in Worcester. The indiscriminate affliction of blindness can be present from birth or occur later in life due to accidents or medical conditions. The Institute's Pioneer School starts with the building blocks, moulding and educating blind and partially sighted, deaf-blind and multi-handicapped learners. All subjects are taught in highly specialized ways. Technological assistants in many cases give learners the best opportunity to absorb the newly found knowledge and to develop their personal skills. Braille is the primary and essential gateway to literacy for those who are blind. The support sphere of the Institute extends to all levels of learners' lives. Its hostels provide boarding to many, while special guidance is given to parents and guardians. Career development and job placement after training also forms an essential part of the Institute's mission. With the absence of one sense, others, like hearing and touch, often become more intensified and acute. Computer programming, telephony, piano tuning, cane work, weaving and light metal work provide many training options at the Institute for the Blind. Once an individual is qualified, job placement is made easier by identifying possible employers and posts by means of dynamic marketing strategies. Task analysis, job matching, training, final placement, as well as continued support adds to the process of developing people who are ready to leave the Institute as independent, self-assured individuals. The world is not always as disabled-friendly as we'd like it to be, and therefore the importance of orientation and mobility is an essential ongoing concern at the Pioneer School. These people need to integrate into society as smoothly as possible, and that is the Institute's mission objective. In order to deal with the high cost and many complexities of its mission, the Institute has developed integrated levels of self-sufficiency. The Pioneer Printers is staffed largely by blind learners and educators from the Institute and provides reading and listening material to visually disabled persons within South Africa and in neighbouring countries. Braille magazines, books, textbooks, restaurant menus and music scores are all produced in-house. Large print books, lecture notes, the Bible, examination papers and audio cassette versions of the printed matter are also produced very cost-effectively. Graphic design and commercial printing assignments for the private sector are also undertaken. The industries run by the Institute covers a wide spectrum and employ about 20% of school learners after training. The products manufactured in the 6 factories are sold across the country and from the Institute's own outlet in Worcester. Beautiful cane furniture has already become a hallmark product. High-quality inner spring and foam mattresses, wooden beds and metal products are also produced. The income derived from these industries provide for social and medical services of visually disabled persons. Accommodation is also provided in a variety of residential settings. The Ebenezer Project provides total care to visually disabled persons with additional disabilities by allowing them to live and work in a supported environment. Every person is supported and nurtured according to individual needs and capacity. In one way or another, each of these individuals contribute to the well-being of the Institute. Throughout their lives, learners of the Institute are encouraged to maintain an open rapport with the organisation. The Brevis House project offers a pleasant home and all-inclusive care and support to raise the quality of life of elderly and frail visually disabled persons. None of the projects run by the Institute for the Blind can rely on government funding alone. Costs and overheads rise constantly, while the smaller percentage of government funding of this non-profit organisation does not. Donations from individuals, the business and private sector are therefore indispensable and make up the larger part of the budget necessary to run projects at optimum level. Expenses are vast and varied and include administrative costs, housing, catering, general staff, teaching materials and new technology. The Institute and its people depend on donors' funding, but instead of looking at financial support as charity, it is viewed as an investment in the development of visually disabled persons as part of the South African economy. No resource or cash amount donated could ever be too little, or any donation be too much. One too often only becomes aware of an issue when it inflicts or affects one personally. The work done by the Institute for the Blind ensures a dignified life to all visually disabled persons as members contributing to society and the economy. The success of the Institute for the Blind can only be maintained by the sustained and progressive financial support of the greater public and the inner will of those who choose to make a difference. Without these essentials, the dedication and competence of everyone at the Institute could be wasted, and the untapped potential of visually disabled persons might never see the light.